The dark truth about this Roblox image. There's a lot of scary looking images on Roblox, but where did they come from? Are they real? I'm going to take a look at some of the scariest Roblox images to see what their origins are, starting with the Russian sleep experiment. So the Russian sleep experiment is a pretty popular game on Roblox. There's literally hundreds of them, and a lot of these games do get banned. Wait, what's it say? Go to sleep? No, go away. But what I want to talk about is this image right here. It's a pretty popular one, and a lot of people think that this image is real, but is it? Well, let's find out. So the Russian sleep experiment is considered to be one of the scariest creepypasta stories ever. It was made back in July 8th of 2012, and I'm gonna let Maddie summarize this whole story.
This is the terrifying truth of the Russian sleep experiment.
Alright, here we go.
The purpose of this experiment was to get rid of the human need for sleep through the use of an experimental gas. Five participants were locked in a chamber that was pumped with this no sleep gas and stuck in there for 15 days. Now these men were all political prisoners, and honestly they were fine after the first few days. But it was on the 9th day when one of the participants started screaming so loud that it ripped the vocal cords out of his throat. Then another man started letting out blood-curdling screams as well, so the researchers went into the room and said, "We're gonna free one prisoner." The prisoners looked back at the researcher and said, "We don't want to be freed." The researchers brought the last two living test subjects back to the chamber and asked, "Who are you?" And the subject answered, "We're the madness that lurks within you and the reason why you hide in your bed every night."
I forgot that's what they said. But yeah, back to the question. Where did this image come from? Is it real? Is this an actual person? The answer to that is no. It's actually something much more horrifying than that. It's actually a Halloween decoration. Yeah, that's the creature right there. It's not as scary when it's not in black and white, right? So yeah, the original creator of this image pretty much just got this Halloween decoration, put it on a bench, and then had some low lighting shining on it, and then made it black and white to get that creepy looking image. It's still pretty creepy and horrifying though. Safe to say though, the Russian experiment is not a real story, but still pretty creepy. And next we move on to this image right here. So in my other video, I compared the Rainbow Friends to the Rainbow Show, as well as a Teletubbies show. And I had this image right here, but I didn't really talk about it, and they got me thinking, where did it come from? Is it real? Well, the answer to that is actually pretty scary. So this is the original image, and it was actually posted on Reddit 8 years ago to be exact, on the creepy subreddit form. And the title says, "As if being sick as a kid wasn't scary enough." So what that implies is that this was actually taken in a hospital. I mean, you could see like the sick bed as well as like the IV bag in the background right here. But yeah, what are all these demented looking Teletubbies doing here? Why do they all look like Coraline dolls? Well, it's actually pretty creepy. The person who posted this actually said this on the Reddit. "I noticed this on the wall in the children's ward of an English hospital under the heading Celebrities Who Visited Us. I found it both hilarious and horrifying." Like, dude, that's scary. These were celebrities. This poor kid wanted to see Lala and Po. Instead, he got Lolo and Kill. And then Tinky Winky's over there ready to attack at any moment. But yeah, this was a picture posted on a bulletin board in a hospital, and we don't really have much more information than that, other than a YouTuber named Scared Theater being able to find extra pictures of these creepy looking Teletubbies. But more than likely, these are all just cosplays of this photo right here. Scared Theater actually contacted the Reddit user, and the Reddit user didn't have any more information other than that the image is more than likely at least 25 years old. So yeah, these guys are all still a mystery. But now we move on to this image right here, the rake. There's a lot of Roblox games based on the rake, all of them fairly popular, and they're all based off of the creepypasta story, but a lot of people also call that image a skinwalker. So if you type in skinwalker on Roblox, you get these similar images as well. But what is this image? This image emerged out of nowhere, and it got so popular that it actually made it into the news.
His friend found at a hunting camp in Berwick. I really don't even know what that is. The guy who sent it in didn't want us to mention his name, but tells us this is totally for real. He says last weekend his friend's family found one of their hunting camps destroyed, but the SIM card was still there, and so was this crazy image.
And yeah, that image just pretty much blew up. But where did it come from? Well, it actually came from a video game known as Resistance 3. So PlayStation posted this image to freak people out, and then once it was shared all over the place, they revealed it was for their game. So what you're looking at here is actually called a Grim. So let's see, Grim, and yeah, there you go. That's the creature right there. I think it's pretty good marketing if you ask me. I mean, it's a pretty horrifying. But then yeah, the creator of the creepypasta got that image and called it the rake, and from then on that just became the image for the rake. But now we move on to another mystery, and that's John Pork himself. We've seen him all around Roblox. He's like a pretty big meme. Let's see, John Pork. Yeah, there's literally hundreds, if possibly even thousands of games with John Pork, most notably the Don't Call at 3 AM game, because yeah, that's kind of what made him popular. Yeah, this video right here was super popular, and a lot of people on TikTok just started like trolling people with it. But then they started making scary videos of John Pork. There's this one here. John Pork is currently... Oh, I don't like that.
So wake me up.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I got a little scared there. Oh, yeah, there's like some scary videos of John Pork. There's some funny videos too, and then there's some sad ones as well.
Tonight, breaking news as viral sensation and compulsive sports gambler John Pork is found dead.
He was a gambler?
He was found with 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head after winning $3 million on a 20-way parlay last night.
Yeah, I generally don't know why people make these videos, but yeah, that's John Pork for you. John Pork is a mystery, and I want to know who's behind these images, and where do they come from? Well, the answer to that is actually his Instagram. Yeah, that's right, John Pork has his own Instagram page. And yeah, it's just all images of himself. But I want to know, like, how does he make these? Is this like just AI or something like that? Living the chill life. Life of a party animal. Dude, he even does the hands as well. What is that? Who is John Pork? I googled everything about John Pork, and all I managed to find was nothing. According to this article, John Pork's identity remains unknown. I mean, it became a meme that John Pork was actually Technoblade. I mean, that was just a joke because of the whole pig face and all that. But yeah, John Pork, still a mystery as well. So one creepy image that I found was simply from typing in the word dolphin. So if I go into experiences, there's a lot of innocent games, but then there's this one right here, the Dolphin Man Invasion. And I remember seeing this image around the web, but where did it come from? Well, it's actually pretty interesting and also dark. So I found out that YouTube has a pretty dark secret where if you type in full stop punctuation, you find some pretty creepy videos. And clicking on this playlist, you see this Dolphin Man.
This is a warning. Please go check outside your home.
I don't like that.
Please go.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I don't like that. That was creepy. And yeah, this video was posted 2 years ago with 1 million views. Finally, a rapper who doesn't what? No. But yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube with the same name, and I don't suggest looking this up because it could get pretty intense. But yeah, that scream at the end there, that's from the Five Nights at Freddy's VHS tapes. So it's this one right here. Ooh, yeah. I don't like that. Let's just stop that. But the Dolphin Man videos get even creepier. So there's this TikTok video that surfaced around. It's called Dolphin Man Found in Her House. Oh, I don't like that. That's creepy. Ooh. Well, thanks to this channel called Morbid for Fun, they were able to actually find the source of this image. So pretty much the Dolphin Man video was created by this guy, North Fur, and he does a lot of special effects type makeup, and he's been doing this for quite a while. Like look, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, but the video that we want to find is down here at the bottom at 15 years ago, Dolphin Muzzle. So we click on it, we can actually see the full video. That doesn't have any audio in, and it's just pretty much him showing off the dolphin muzzle effect. I mean, you can even see here on his description that it's a prosthetic. And then someone else actually uploaded the video with the original sound here. So take a look at this.
Hello, this is the dolphin prosthetic head.
Oh yeah, you can talk. So, you know, it's not as scary once you know the full truth of it. But another image I wanted to find out the source was from this one right here, SCP-173. So SCP-173 is one of the more popular ones, and there's a lot of different games made about him. But where did this image come from? Because it looks so real. For those of you who don't know what SCP-173 is, the idea is if you look at it, you must maintain direct eye contact with the entity, and you're also not allowed to blink. Because if you blink or if you lose eye contact with it, the object will attack by snapping the neck at the base of the skull. Now obviously this story is fake, but this image isn't. If you type in SCP-173, it's pretty popular. It's like the first image that shows up. And the most interesting part about this is that it's actually real. So I found that out by looking at the wiki page of this creature. So I scrolled all the way down to the bottom, and it says that SCP-173 is based on a real-life sculpture named Untitled 2004. Created by the Japanese sculptor Izumi. And yeah, here's a sculpture in a different pose. And this artist has a lot of sculptures that kind of have a similar resemblance to the SCP-173 statue. Even his paintings kind of have a similar resemblance as well. So yeah, I just found that pretty interesting. But now we move on to one of the darker and creepier images on Roblox. And that's this one right here, Blank Room Soup. So the story of Blank Room Soup has been pretty popular, especially on YouTube. And I was curious to see if it was actually on Roblox. To my surprise, it was. Now for those of you who don't know, Blank Room Soup is a video about this guy who's eating soup while an ominous figure behind him is just kind of observing him. The figure then starts patting him and comforting him, but the man obviously doesn't like it and just starts crying. A third figure then appears and also starts comforting him. It's a pretty dark video that emerged 9 years ago, and it's got 10 million views. Now, Blank Room Soup is one of the internet's largest mysteries because nobody knows what it is. A lot of people have different theories, and the biggest one is that this video is actually from the dark web, where the masked people starved him and then force-fed him soup containing chopped up parts of his wife and kids. Again, this is unconfirmed. There's even a second video that emerges as well. It's him eating soup again, and the people in costumes arrive and they just watch him up until the end of the video when one of the guys chases at him and then it cuts to black, kind of insinuating that he beat him up or worse. But again, a lot of these are just theories, and what I found out is that the costumes are actually made by Raymond Percy. If you don't know, he actually played the voice of Flash and Zootopia. He also does a lot of work for Disney and used to write for The Simpsons. But yeah, he was the creator of these costumes. He created them as a performance art piece during a Burning Man festival. So yeah, he'd use the costumes on stage for musical performances. So is this video staged? Is this just Raymond Percy inside the mask? Well, it's a little creepier actually. So a YouTuber known as Rainbot decided to investigate this video, and he actually got in contact with Percy about the video. And what Percy said was that while he created the characters and been part of performances in the past, the two suits that were shown in the video were actually stolen from his truck prior to the video being filmed. The first he heard of the video's existence was when he received the clip in an email with no explanation. What Percy is suggesting is that someone stole those costumes from his truck and then they made that video with no explanation of it. Now, could Percy be lying? Could he have staged this video? Or were those costumes actually stolen and this video is actually from the dark web? We may actually never know. But another image I wanted to talk about was from the Smile games, specifically Smile Dog right here. So Smile Dog is actually pretty funny because it looks very terrifying. I mean, look at those teeth, they're pretty creepy. So Smile Dog originates from a creepypasta story, Smile.jpg, where it's an entity that haunts the lives of anyone who sees his face. But yeah, this image right here is actually just a saturated image of this one right here. This is a little bit more goofy but also still terrifying. But this image is the darker photo of this one right here, whereas the dog with still the creepy teeth looking away from a TV. And then here's the actual image. It's this right here. It is like a cute little husky dog just kind of making a goofy face. It's not that terrifying, I mean, except from the bad lighting on the eyes. But yeah, it's just a harmless dog. What is a mystery though is where those teeth are from. I mean, I imagine they just got them from Google Images or something like that, but those teeth are actually the same as this one right here from this Smile image. So the next one I want to talk about is called Skinwalker. So it's this one right here. It looks realistic. It's like some sort of animal or something like that. It's a really popular image actually that appeared on the news as well. Here, take a look.
Is a strange alien looking creature
prowling
in northern New Mexico. Had a lot of people uttering the word Skinwalker.
Uh-oh, stinky. Yeah,
legend.
and the video has 2 million views, so it's yeah, it's really popular actually. So yeah, a lot of people thought, and to this day still think, it's a real image of a skinwalker. And for those of you who don't know what a skinwalker is, well, there's this video that'll explain.
This man was playing with his son, but suddenly...
Ooh, that's scary.
This thing is a suspected skinwalker.
Okay.
Skinwalkers are a kind of demon. Well, most of the time, the skinwalker takes the form of an animal.
Yeah, so many people believe that skinwalkers can take the form of an animal or a human. Like, this is a video where people claim that this guy was a skinwalker because he broke into someone's garage and was acting strange in front of the camera. And this is like an urban legend. Oh, jeez. he looks like one of those anime close-up shots. But yeah, skinwalker is like an urban legend. A lot of people think it's fake, but there's a good amount of people that actually think it's real. I've seen it in a bunch of Roblox games and Roblox videos as well. So I want you to know the history behind it. And this is what I found. So there's this news article that talks about the photo as well. People were saying that some posts and comments were disappearing. Ooh. But you can rest easy now because that image is actually from a movie known as Extra. It's like a 1980s horror film. Wait, what's it say? When Tony grows up, he's going to be just like... Huh? Wait, what? What is this movie? This is ew, is this the creature right here? That's gross. Oh yeah, so here's a clip of where the image comes from. So it's like this couple that's driving, and then yeah, it's that creature right there for like that split second. But yeah, there it is. That's the image. And I guess they just make it like black and white to give it that more realistic feel. But yeah, it's just a 1980s cheesy horror film. Nothing to be scared about with that picture. We're all safe there. But now we move on to one of the most creepiest images I've seen on Roblox, and that's this Michael Jackson image that I found. It's actually horrifying. Yeah, I've seen it in a lot of different games, but just me typing in scary or creepy, I just see this Michael Jackson image. See, there's another one right there. Help, Michael Jackson is after me. And what's actually crazy about this image is that it scared a lot of people so much that the police in Mexico had to like step in. So yeah, here's like the quote-unquote original clip. So it's called My Ghoul Jackson. Oh, that's actually clever. My Ghoul. Interesting. Here's the clip right here. And so yeah, it's like a haunting looking thing. It's really terrifying actually. Ew, I don't like the way it moves. It looks so lifelike. But yeah, looking at the title, you can see that it's an animatronic sculpture, and it's a pretty horrifying and creepy one at that. And yeah, this video is just showing off this animatronic sculpture that this guy created. But then a lot of people started scaring each other, saying that like, if you didn't go to sleep, this ghoul animatronic is gonna appear at 3 a.m. when I go to sleep and hear a hee-hee. Yeah, it just kind of went all over the place, and a lot of people were actually concerned about this thing because people thought it was like a real person, and so police had to relieve them saying that it was just a creepy internet post. Michael Jackson meme has forced Mexican police to issue warning. The video says a zombie statue will shout Jackson's signature hee-hee. Oh my gosh. Well, wait, what's it say here? The creator of the statue explained that the animated sculpture was made to represent Elvis Presley? That thing was supposed to be Elvis? I don't know about that. But another video that Thomas shows, Thomas is the creator of this sculpture, he actually shows the whole process of him making the My Ghoul Jackson. Wait, okay, I just saw this. So it's Thomas, the creator of the sculpture, unveiling the Michael Jackson mask, and yeah, that's Elvis Presley. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So yeah, this is the actual Elvis animatronic that he used for the sculpture. He actually made a whole detailed tutorial on like what parts were needed for it. It's actually pretty crazy. Then he shows the shoes, how he puts them on there, and then this is how the character looks without the jacket on. So yeah, it's only the top part that's like moving around. The bottom part doesn't move at all. And then he fills in the jacket, and there you go. That's My Ghoul Jackson. It's actually not too creepy, honestly, once you see the whole behind the scenes thing. This is definitely one of the creepiest images I saw on Roblox, and to actually have some clarity behind it, it's actually relieving. Another thing you can find on Roblox are these creepy Mickey Mouse games. Specifically, there's one called Ricky Rat, which I guess is like pretty popular. There's like a lot of different games about them. Yeah, it just kind of has this horrifying, dark, creepy Mickey Mouse thing, but it actually reminded me of this other image over here of Mickey Mouse in a basement. I don't know, it's just so creepy and goofy. Like, whose basement is this? Why did they take this picture? I've seen it all around the internet, and I felt now was a good time to find the origin of it. Was this a real horror image of Mickey Mouse taking someone into his basement? So a lot of people really couldn't answer this question of where this image came from. Some people would say it's just a cursed photo used in creepypasta and memes, just like all cursed photos. And a lot of people just kind of went with that with no actual answer as to who created this thing. But a few months ago, we may have found our answer. So a person by the name Uncle Coach, if they're telling the truth, in this post here, they said that one of their friends dated the guy pictured in this viral image turned to meme. And yeah, it's literally the cursed basement photo again. So yeah, that's what we know so far, but maybe in the future we could find out where this image was taken and where they got that Mickey Mouse costume. But now we move on to another terrifying image, and it's probably one of the more scarier SCP looking images. It's this one right here. It's like a skeleton wolf looking creature that's just kind of like peeking in through a window. Yeah, I remember this image used to be like really scary, at least for me, okay, I'll admit it. But for those of you who don't know, this is actually an image for an SCP known as SCP-1471, otherwise known as Mal-0 or Mallow. And pretty much the story goes is that Mallow is actually an app for your phone. See right there, Mallow version 1. But the scary part about it is if you download it, for whatever reason, no matter where you look, you'll always see a visualization of this creature right here. And so that's what the SCP is, and obviously this story is fiction, so it's not real. But what is real is this image right here, and I wanted to know the truth of it all, because it looks like it could be some sort of like cosplay or something like that. And as for the window right here, it looks like a glass doorway that he's looking through. So So let's see, if I go to like licensing and citations, it usually gives me the image right here. Is this it right here? Okay, yeah, this is it. It says don't open the door. Okay, yeah, so I think this is the original image right here without the whole black and white filter on it. And so this creature is actually called Brains the Zombie Werewolf, and it was actually a cosplay for a London Expo on Saturday 29th of October 2011. So yeah, this image is actually very old. Oh, and let's see, does he have more images of this? Oh yeah, look, look, there it is. Okay, yeah, so there's another shot of this image right here, and then, dude, that's so realistic actually. That's so creepy. Okay, you know what? It's not so creepy with the fedora anymore. I take it back. But yeah, that mask is actually created by Clockwork Creature, who develops a lot of these like realistic animal type masks. Oh, that's that's interesting. But yeah, now I find this image to be actually like really cool. So yeah, for what seems to be a lot of people's nightmares, it's actually just a cosplay from back in 2011. So yeah, that's the history of that creepy image. But now I want to move on to another scary image, specifically this one right here, because I've seen it in a lot of different Roblox games and it's just downright creepy. So this image is like a ghost or zombie looking girl, and for some reason she's crying. But it's also famously known as this GIF right here, where it starts off with her looking innocent, but then yeah, she grows this like scary looking mouth over here. It's actually pretty creepy. And it didn't take too long for me to find out that it's actually from a movie, The Grave Encounters. So in the movie, it looks like they're in some hospital ward, and then they find this girl, and then yeah, she just turns completely creepy. I've seen a lot of people use it for jump scares and pretend it's a real life recorded ghost encounter, but rest assured, it's just a movie. Now, I'd always thought that this was like a Photoshop version of like the Grudge kid, equally terrifying. Just gonna close out of this tab. A lot of people also say that he looks like this character from this manga by Junji Ito. So where did this image come from? This face is actually from a video game known as The Death Forest, which is like a Japanese PC horror game where you're being chased by different monsters. Oh yeah, there, there it is. While there's different monsters in the game, one of the more notable and creepy ones is this one right here, Yoshi. Yeah, that's their name, and apparently they're also a Nico's Nextbots character. What's this? Proximity audio. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, jump scare audio. Stop it! Yoshi resembles a pale, white-skinned Asian woman with short black hair. She has large eyes and an unnaturally wide smile. Yeah, just look at the way she looks. That's that's creepy. I'm gonna have nightmares after this. But Death Forest was so popular that they even made 2 movies based off of it. Like, just look at how freaky this is. Ew, look at the face. Oh yeah, I don't like this. Go away now. But where did the face itself actually come from? Is this actually a Photoshop image from The Grudge, or is this something far more sinister? It's actually the creator of the game's face. I found out through this YouTube video where the creator of the game was actually interviewed. This is what they said.
Yoshi is actually his own face photoshopped.
Yeah.
And he said he was inspired by all of these scary images you can see on the internet.
Oh, but yeah, there's a lot of scary images that are similarly horrifying as that one. But now we move on to another familiar figure that's seen all throughout Roblox, and it's this creature right here. And it's pretty much this grinning man that looks like he's staring into your soul, and he's actually got some nice teeth. And I've talked about him before. I used to think that he originated from this TikTok video right here. It's a wife that thinks that there's somebody in the hallway, and then this creepy man just pops out. Pretty scary, actually. I thought that is where it came from, but that's actually not the case. So he's actually known as the Grinning Man, and he's got his own creepypasta made back in either 2014 or 2016. There's a lot of different creepypastas with the same name, but a lot of the creepypastas use this same exact face. And where does this face originate from? Well, it's from this website called The World's Largest Dinosaur. And I'm not making that up. It's actually true. So this is how the website used to look like back in 2004. References how it looks like now, and it's pretty much a website just promoting this giant dinosaur statue. But in the fun stuff section of the website, there's a photo titled "A Prime Example of Too Much Time at the World's Largest Dinosaur." And this is the image right here. This is the Grinning Man. See, he's got the same exact pearly white teeth and really creepy, disturbing looking eyes. And so the image was posted on 4chan back in 2004, and a lot of people just started memeing this image, putting his face on a lot of different things. I like this one here. Someone else on 4chan posted the picture of them meeting the guy at a Comic-Con expo. And yeah, here he is doing the same exact disturbing face. And then I guess at some point throughout all the memes of his face, I guess they just made like the scary horror version of it. Here, I'll see if I can recreate it. If I give him like a blue hue, I'll put some exposure on him. I mean, I made something, but it's somewhat similar to this thing. I think it's interesting how such a simple image from 2004 can evolve from this normal looking picture into this horrifying image right here. But now we move on to this scary image right here. It's a kid sitting with a horrifying looking Easter bunny. Look at its eye, it's all demented looking. But what's crazy is that that's not the only creepy looking Easter bunny picture. There's actually a lot of what seems to be harmless looking pictures with just terrifying bunny costumes. And this dates back to like the olden times. There's this one here. I don't know, it just looks demented looking. There's this one here as well. That boy looks nervous and wants to dip out of there. These kids are just crying at this point. This bunny needs to go to jail over here. Yeah, I don't like this. And then this one, you can literally just see his face poking out of the mouth. He's playing peekaboo. So what's with all these images? Why are they all horrifying? Well, I think it's because back in the day, they were barely experimenting with photography and what makes a cute bunny costume. It kind of reminds me of like these types of photos here, where it's like a baby, but then behind it, it looks like a dark figure is about to like eat it or something. But that's not the old one. There's this one here too. And same with this one. It looks like a chair, but there's a hand right there. And that baby is resting its head on a person's leg. These pictures were known as the hidden mothers of family photos. The reason why the mom's hidden is because cameras required long exposure times, which meant that young children need to be kept still for considerable periods of time. And so photographers enlisted the mothers as little supports, camouflaging them in sheets and drapes so that they could prop up their offspring inconspicuously. But it just ended up looking horrifying at the end. Now, I know a lot of you have actually seen this image around Roblox. It's in a lot of different horror games and used as jump scares a lot. It's made me cry a few times. But yeah, it looks like some sort of creature that's popping out from the abyss, just looking directly at your soul, like it's going to eat all your fingers or something. And so the way I found this one is I actually just reversed imaged it. So I put it in Google Images, slapped it on there, and I pretty much found out that he's an entity from the backrooms known as 832, otherwise known as Pinhead, was made by this YouTuber known as Brugly.
I want to talk to you about a backrooms entity that I just came up with, called Entity 832.
And he's also a creature in Nico's next spot. Proximity audio. What is this? Oh, I don't. I'm just gonna stop that there. Jump scare audio. What is this? Stop it, I'm alone. And so Brugly released this video back in May 9th of 2022. I actually found the original artist of this creature. He posted 2 years ago, so 2021, and it's this image right here. So you see more of the body. It looks like he's got Luffy's chest scar. And I'm not sure what the bottom there is. That's supposed to be his like grippers or something. But yeah, you can see it's equally as horrifying. And as for the creator of this image, it actually belongs to this person, Ashveep, who posted on the Trevor Henderson Reddit page. And if you don't know who Trevor Henderson is, he's the creator of a lot of different horror monsters such as Siren Head or Long Neck Horse. But yeah, Ashveep has created a lot of different horror monsters as well. He also made this one, the Real Lemon Demon. Oh, that's the guy from Adventure Time. All right, but this next image is one that just comes out of my nightmares. It's a pretty popular one on Roblox. It's called Frown, and the game itself actually has a good amount of visits, but it's the image itself that leads a disturbing feeling towards the player. And that's because this image has a pretty dark backstory. So looking around online, I found that this image was used in this creepypasta known as Tamino's Hell, which is a popular Japanese story about a poem that you should only read it with your mind and never out loud. If you're to read it out loud, then you must take responsibility for your actions. So yeah, I guess like you'll be cursed or something like that. And this poem is actually really popular. It has a lot of articles about it. It says the cursed Japanese poem you shouldn't read out loud. I should probably be careful with what I read. Apparently a girl is said to have died a few moments after reading the poem out loud. But this Tamino's Hell story isn't new at all. This whole legend was actually popular back in the 1980s, where in Japan there's a trend of filming friends who were intent on reading the poem out loud. The trend became popular and reportedly there was no consequences to reading it out loud most of the time. That's unfortunate for some people. The curse strikes at random. Today in Japan, even the elderly and wise will not mention of the poem out of fear that it will curse them. Oh really? Is that really a thing? And yeah, I read a little bit of the poem. It's actually created by this guy, Yaso, who was born in 1892 and lived all the way to 1970. So yeah, this poem is actually really old. But going back to the picture, where did it come from and who painted it? Well, the painting is actually made by an artist known as Yuko Tatsushima when she painted this artwork, and it got really popular. This is a full image right here. But yeah, the painting itself is titled something along the lines of I can no longer become a bride. The painting has actually always been really popular because she used to actually have this website back in 2009, which as you can see, a lot of these panels have the creepy painting here. And a lot of her art is actually really fascinating, but it's also still very creepy. So maybe even creepier than that famous one over there. I imagine this image was linked to the Tamino's Hell poem through the creepypasta, but that's just a running theory. So I went on Roblox and I just typed in creepy ghost, and I did a lot of scrolling, and at some point I managed to find this image right here, which as you can see there's two kids looking down at something, and then in the background is a dark silhouette of some dark entity. And then they also have like some creepy eyes too. But it did get me curious as to where this came from. So I got the image and put it into Google Images, and I managed to find this Reddit post right here. And so from here we've got an even higher quality, which kind of got me thinking that this is like from a movie or something. And thanks to this YouTuber Sakura Stardust, she was able to find out that this image came from this film Tales of Terror from Tokyo, which as you can see it's got a lot of creepy images. So they're waving, and then behind them stands a dark entity. Again, they don't know that it's behind them, and it's just kind of left at that. But then how did this other image have its eyes? Where did that come from? Well, another YouTuber, Morbid for Fun, pointed out that the eyes could have easily been photoshopped from this scene right here where this little girl is scared of something, and then that's when they realize that someone else is in the room. So yeah, that's pretty creepy. I mean, yeah, those eyes could have been photoshopped to the other picture. I'm just gonna close out this link here. Alright, but now we move on to probably one of the most terrifying and popular images on Roblox, and that's Jeff the Killer. As you can see, there's a lot of different games about him. Jeff the Killer right there. And there's even like anime versions of Jeff the Killer. Yeah, a lot of people really like him. I mean, he's even found indoors as an entity. And when Little Angel's Daycare was hacked and turned into Little Devil's Daycare, Jeff the Killer was used as a jump scare. So after 1 minute of being in the game, this scary image would just pop up. But now the question lies, where did the image come from? A lot of us know Jeff the Killer being a popular creepypasta, and this was posted back in August 12th of 2012. And the story pretty much details a person who got burns on their face and now looks like this. And he haunts other people. Ooh. And so a lot of people started trying to figure out where the image came from. And I've explained this image before, but now we've got some more information. So for those of you who don't know, many believe that Jeff the Killer was a Photoshop version of Overly Attached Girlfriend, which, I mean, you know, I could kind of see it. I mean, she definitely has a few creepy images photoshopped of her, but it's not exactly accurate. This guy believes that this image was photoshopped to be Jeff the Killer, which again is incorrect. It's actually just a false mock-up. And so even though Jeff the Killer was posted on Creepypasta in 2012, it actually dates back a few years earlier, because originally it was posted in 2008 on Newgrounds. And sometime after it was posted on Newgrounds, this 4chan user posted this image stating that they found their sister crying after she posted her picture on the website 4chan, where a lot of people made fun of her and posting shops of her, one of the photoshops being Jeff the Killer. And so many people actually believed this story and thought that this was the origin of Jeff the Killer, up until 2015, when the original creator of the Jeff the Killer story admitted where he got the picture from. And he stated that this picture was made using a white latex mask and some big plastic eyes with red rubber substance that simulated blinking. So that's kind of creepy. There's also a black ring around the eyes that were on a covering that exposed red eyelid. After it was made, 2 or 3 pictures were taken and posted. The rest is history. And so a lot of people actually believed it. I mean, he's the original creator of the story, right? Well, while he might have written the story, as to how he got this picture, he's actually a liar. Because there's even an earlier Jeff the Killer image in this Japanese video here that was posted in August 2nd of 2007 on YouTube. Okay, we're in like some school hallway. Oh, ew, I don't like this statue here. Yeah, there's the image. There's Jeff the Killer right there. What do the comments say about this? Can't believe Jeff made a cameo appearance in this. The multiverse is truly opening. Apparently the text that pops up on the screen said, "Have a good night," or "Sleep well." Oh, and then the other text at the beginning says that these are tomorrow's victims. Okay, I guess that video was trying to scare other people as well. Okay, someone commented, "For those curious, there's an urban legend that when there was still color bars on television, at late night there would be a special broadcast that would stream the list of people with their ages." So yeah, I guess they just did this video as like a prank. Okay. And so is this video the origin of Jeff the Killer? No, because people found an even earlier version, which was posted on this like image forums back in 2005. And yeah, as you can see, this is the actual image of Jeff the Killer. The eyes are definitely a lot different, and it's honestly a bit more innocent looking too. But is there anything else known about this image? Well, this is where people started theory hunting, because there is actually a Google Docs that's constantly being updated. People even managed to find out that the eyes were originally from a Mr. Potato Head toy from 1999. And so the biggest theory is that the Jeff the Killer image is actually a Photoshop version of this girl known as Mariko. People have run some tests and compared the face structures. I mean, the hair on the top of the head definitely matches as well. But now we move on to another popular image known as Obunga. Yeah, you can see right here, Survival the Obama the Killer, Obama in Area 51. Oh wow, there's actually a couple of games about this image. But yeah, the reason why they don't put in Obunga is because it is a banned phrasing on Roblox. So yeah, Obunga at one point was really popular in Nico's Next Bot, which he'll hunt down the player and everything. It was also added into the Roblox game Evade, but again, was also removed due to Roblox moderation for discriminatory content. Proximity audio, what is this? Okay, that's pretty funny. But yeah, as to how this image was created and where it originated from, well, the earliest archived instance was on 4chan, because of course everything is posted on 4chan, in the year 2013. And it pretty much got popular over the years, more knowingly back in 2018 when it was used in like Five Nights at Freddy's jump scares. Uh-oh. Ready? Yeah, there's the image. Oh, look, there's someone made a sans version of it. But yeah, it is a Photoshop image to resemble the creatures from the manga Terraformers. So yeah, here's the Obunga image, and then here's one of the creatures from Terraformers. And if you don't know what Terraformers is, it's a manga about roaches that were sent to a different planet, and then they evolved into like these beefy creatures. They're also very violent. But now I move on to another creepy image I found, and this one has a pretty dark history as well. So the game is called Really Scary Game Do Not Play, and as you can see, the image is a person holding down their cheeks, exposing their very giant white eyeballs. So I was able to reverse image this here, and I very quickly found out that it got popular from a Markiplier video, 3 Scary Games number 29. So yeah, the image is actually one of his thumbnails, but after doing a lot of scrolling on Google, I managed to find an even earlier version of this image on the internet, and it's on this website called Flickr, which is like a place where you could upload your photography. And so yeah, this is a photographer's name, and this is the image called Scary Face, which is uploaded back in 2009. Now what's interesting about this is that the rest of his images are quite normal. There's fireworks, there's the city, there's many soccer/football images here, pretty much many normal regular images. And then just seemingly out of nowhere, he posted this creepy image, and that's it. He just stopped posting. We don't know where he went or anything. I mean, maybe he moved to Instagram or something, I don't know. Alright, but the next creepy image I found on Roblox is this one here, Brookhaven Ghost Invasion. And as you can see, the image has literally nothing to do with Brookhaven. I mean, it appears to be like some sort of bride or a woman in a white dress, just kind of eerily staring at you. And behind her appears to be a blank path, kind of like she's in the middle of nowhere. And so I tried to throw this image on Google Images, and I was pretty much linked to a lot of different ghost encounter videos on YouTube. Like there's this one here called 14 Scary Highway Ghost Encounters, okay?
2 friends are riding down the Kerala Highway in India.
Yeah.
When they see what they later agree has to have been a ghost of some kind.
Oh. Oh, I don't like this. Yeah, that's pretty scary. There's also this ghost encounter too. This is a dash cam on the road. Oh. I don't like this. Okay, that's gotta be fake, right? And then I was also linked this video. Saudi Arabia police encounter a real witch, okay? Oh, is she dancing? In the middle of the streets? Why is this so common? Wait, what do the comments say about this? Better run before she throws a potion of slowness at you. Oh, okay. But after some more Googling, I managed to find the source of the original image, which is actually just an iStock photo. And so yeah, the description here says, one woman, she masked herself in a scary witch for Halloween, standing on the street black and white. So yeah, I guess it's just like a reference to like all these other creepy ghost encounter videos. And you know, honestly, job well done with this photo. It's actually really terrifying. I literally just typed in the word horror, and after scrolling some time, I managed to find this image right here. It's called Horror Satan. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. It looks like it's some boy with a weird creepy face over it. Kind of looks like a zombified figure or something. And here's a more fuller image of the picture. I found it on Reddit, and it says 1988.jpg. Apparently this guy found the photo from a flash drive, and this was the only picture in it. Well, that's kind of creepy. But thankfully someone was able to provide some context, stating that the picture is from a creepypasta called The Grifter. And so I looked more into The Grifter, and apparently it started on 4chan, where there exists a video that is so disturbing that it causes the viewer to experience symptoms of nausea, nightmares, and even more terrifying things. And as you can see on the right side, there's some examples of some of the footage shown in The Grifter. And I actually managed to find The Grifter on YouTube. Alright, so there's a video here. It's not the full thing, it's just like little parts, but as you saw, there's a quick glimpse of that one creepy image that was found on Roblox. And then yeah, there's a more disturbing things too. But is this Grifter video actually real? Is it so horrifying that it causes people to get nauseous and even worse? Well, actually, thanks to Scare Theater, he actually made a video called The Grifter Debunked, pretty much stating that all those scenes we saw earlier was actually from this movie here called Little Otic or Otic. And the movie itself is actually pretty creepy, but here's some side comparisons that Scare Theater does, which you can see on the right side is a normal movie and the left side is the Grifter one, which definitely looks a lot more gruesome. Like here you can see the baby, and the Grifter side it looks a lot more realistic. The right side it's very obviously a doll. Let's see, what else do we have here? Ooh. Ooh, yeah, I don't like all these creepy things. What the heck is this movie about? But going back to this Roblox image, we know that it shows up in the Grifter, but where does it actually come from? Well, the original image is this one here. It looks to be like an innocent boy getting their photo taken, and I guess someone just photoshopped them. I mean, the face that they throw onto him looks to be similar to like this PNG face, and they just turned it black and white to make it look more horrifying. Yeah, that's pretty mean. All right, but the next creepy face I saw on Roblox is this one here. It seems to be like some person looking underneath at some bathroom stall, kind of staring into your soul. And I was able to find more information. And apparently this belongs to a creepypasta known as the McGrady tape. The creepypasta was actually created in 2023, and the creepypasta all started from this video here. Take a look.
The question that has long plagued police is, what do we make of the McGrady tapes? Back in like 2001, at a Blockbuster in McGrady, North Carolina, a car drove by in the parking lot and just dropped a tape outside of the building. So employees saw that and they went outside to get the tape, and they were like, who would drop a tape off like that? Until they looked at it and they noticed something was wrong. This was the tape that was recovered from the parking lot, and it was completely unlabeled. According to the story, they took it to the back room where they were able to play it back, and this was the footage they found. It is a 40-minute video of a person's face looking under what looks like a bathroom stall, and it's completely silent, like straight uncut 40 minutes of this,
40
and
minutes?
the cameraman just breathing heavily while they videotape this. Management turned the tape over to police, and the strangest part is that a search canine signaled that the tape had traces of human decomp on it. To this day, whoever's behind the McGrady tape is a mystery.
So the McGrady tapes, is it actually real? Is this guy staring into your soul for 40 minutes straight? No, that's just a creepypasta story. This image has some pretty funny context because it's actually from a prank video called Looking Into Bathroom Stalls Toilet Prank. Gone wrong, okay.
What's up guys, I'm Cody, I'm with my friend Chester.
Yeah, look, there
Today
he is,
we're gonna be having
Chester.
peek into bathroom stalls. Let's see how people react.
Okay, let's see how people react then. Oh, jeez.
Easy, right, Holmes? I put a 9 in your ass.
Uh-oh. Jeez. Did he throw toilet paper at it? Oh wow, he's really angry, okay. There he is, that's the image.
Hey man.
Was Chester peeping at him. It is pretty funny how this prank video turned into some nightmare fuel. Alright, but another nightmare infested image I saw on Roblox is this one, Smile Tapes Volume 3. And it wasn't hard to trace back where it's from. I literally just typed in Smile Tapes, and apparently there's a video here that's posted back in 2021. I haven't seen this video yet, but let's see what it's about.
The smile drug.
Okay, so it's a drug.
Stay away from any person suspected to be under its influence. We have received over 500 deaths related to the drug.
Oh, okay.
Violent
The
tendencies.
drug makes you laugh?
Smile in which the drug was named after.
I don't like this. Alright, so here are the supposed patients. Patient 1 and 2, okay. The left one seems to be the one from the Roblox image, complaining of severe headaches and acute facial cramps. Oh, they're smiling now. Patients begin to smile. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty big smile now. Uh-oh. Faces begin to contort to a wide grin. Ooh, geez. I get goosebumps from the left. Oh yeah, that's definitely starting to get scary. I think this is the exact same Roblox image here. So yeah, the smile tapes aren't actually real. It's a web video analog horror series created by this YouTuber. He actually does a lot of horror-based content. The drug itself, as far as I know at least, doesn't actually exist, but there is a plant that does share a similar instance as the smile tapes. It's called the hemlock water dropwort. It's the most poisonous plant in the UK and very common along most of the waterways. And the poison acts by constricting the muscle, causing death by asphyxia, which also causes a rictus-like death grin, the sardonic grin. So yeah, pretty much just kills somebody and makes them smile. It's so pretty creepy, actually. Alright, so I was asked if I could find out the source of this image. Scariest game ever, 18+, do not play, no kids allowed. That's a mouthful. Yeah, it's a pretty horrifying one. It looks to be like some demonic zombie figure just kind of staring into your soul, yelling at you. So I went ahead and grabbed the image and put it over to Google Images, where I was able to find the original video that it came from, and it's from a YouTube video from 16 years ago. So it was posted in 2007. And here's the image. It's a guy just kind of looking at you, and then he does the creepy face here. But then he goes back to normal. And I went to his channel, and apparently he did a lot of these demon face videos. Demon face test 2, demon face test 3. And in the description he says trying out Andrew Kramer's video co-pilot demon face tutorial. And I was actually able to find the demon face tutorial here. It's a pretty old one. He uses Adobe After Effects and just kind of walks you through the whole transformation and everything. But he does manage to produce a similar scary result. I think it's cool that someone just followed a tutorial, and it's now a face that a lot of people have seen on Roblox. Alright, but another scary face we need to talk about is the Goat Man. I'm not talking about this big image here, I'm talking about this one, the Do You Copy the Goat Man. So here's a more defined image. It seems to be like some humanoid goat entity creature just kind of like grabbing at the camera. And the Goat Man has been pretty popular. It actually made it in a couple of news articles. Numerous urban legends tell of Louisville's Goat Man. Okay, this was posted back in 2014, so I guess there was like a goat man roaming the streets of Kentucky. Well, that's nice, I guess. But as for the image itself, this is the origin of it. It was originally posted in DeviantArt back in 2011. See, the artist even says, "My most stolen image. This is a local cryptid, sort of like Bigfoot, but goatier." Okay. Supposedly, he was a scientist who experimented on goats. In an epic instance of karmic backlash, somehow his experiments backfired and turned him into a half-goat monstrosity. Understandably unhappy with his situation in life, he's been killing pets and haunting Lover's Lane in PG County since the late 70s. Oh, okay. And yeah, he created the image with Photoshop elements, stock photo, and a lot of free time. He made this image for a fake cryptid contest, but unfortunately he didn't win, but he won in our hearts and in our nightmares. Alright, but the last creepy image I want to talk about is this one here, content deleted. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.